It's Bout Time with Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my Bout Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to every single one of y'all who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, and leave the comments. If you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and encourage others to subscribe to Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing, become part of the Bout Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang. I want to give a shout out to Mark Nash. I want to give a shout out to my guy Rebel Life Boxing, Nate's Boxing Nation, Hustlers Home Boxing, and shout out to the whole new media. But all of those channels that I mentioned, and MZ Always Talk Boxing, MZ Always Talk Boxing, Rebel Life Boxing, Mark Nash, Nate's Boxing Nation, Hustlers Home. Please support and subscribe to those channels too as well, and please like, and share their videos too as well. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who supported the video that I put up the other day with another young up and coming. He's an amateur. Solly means he's getting ready to turn pro in about 4 to 6 weeks. So, and I want everybody to please, continue to like that video, share that video, and just pay attention and keep your eyes out there, because the same way I talk about, Jalil Hackett, you got a few other young prospects, that's already turning pro, and Solly Means is turning pro too as well. And I just want to bring some attention to that, and I appreciate everybody, liking and sharing the video. All right, so Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez, April 30th. I got Shakur Stevenson walking him down. Now, Shakur Stevenson is 17-0 with 9 knockouts. Oscar Valdez is 30-0 with 23 knockouts, I think. Now, is Oscar Valdez strong enough to hurt Shakur Stevenson? Maybe so. But any fighter can be hurt. Excuse me. Oscar Valdez is in his 30s. Shakur Stevenson is in his early 20s. And yeah, we're going to get into the whole performance enhancing drug thing, because Shakur Stevenson did make a comment and said, make sure your coffee is clean, because we don't want that tea situation to happen all over again. And what he was referencing to was Oscar Valdez in his fight. Who was he? What was the guy named? Robeson. He was fighting a guy in September, I think, of 2021. But he tested positive for PEDs. And now, so Shakur Stevenson did this interview with Max Kellerman. Now, when Max Kellerman brought that up to Shakur Stevenson about, oh, well, elaborate on that. But he tried to clean it up. Oh, what he got caught with was a appetite suppressant. But what did you mean by, but you're trying to clean it up, making it seem like, okay, he got caught with something, but it wasn't all like that. It was phentermine. And once again, Victor Conti cleared all that stuff up. Because it wasn't, that phentermine didn't come from no tea. It didn't come from no meat or nothing else. Victor Conti, and of course, if some of y'all who don't know who he is, look up Victor Conti. He even went to jail, served some time. He actually runs the snack program now for a lot of the fighters. But when he had ahead of the whole Balco thing, he doped up Shane Mosley. He was doping up, track athletes and all that. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to use the word like doped them up, but he was giving them, steroids, performance enhancing drugs. And he himself made it clear. He said phentermine is not nothing that you get from tea. You don't get it from meat or anything like that. He said that is something that a doctor has to prescribe for you only. It's the only way you can get it. It's the only way you can get it. And he also explained the effects of it too. So, that's what I mean. Like with these guys like Max Kellerman, they always trying to, trying to clean, they always trying to clean up somebody that's doing something wrong or just try to overlook it altogether. And I agree with what Shakur Stevenson said. Because like he said, he don't want to get cheated. He don't want the whole cheating thing going on. See, it's a lot of that, whether most of y'all realize it or know it or not. If you on the inside with boxing and you have connections on the inside of boxing, there's a lot of cheating going on in boxing. A lot of it. A lot of cheating going on. And people are getting away with it. And we already know, because even, like in sometime in 2021 and even, not even just a few other times before, like shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation. He spoke about it too. And everybody, and it was no secret that they raised these clenbuterol levels and all that for certain fighters, giving them a window to cheat. And even though they have him in VADA, but still Victor Conti made clear that a fighter can juice for 6 or 8 weeks and then stop and then test negative throughout the rest of the training camp, and then on fight night his body's still going to benefit. His body is still performing benefit. And I don't know if I've seen videos of Oscar Valdez training, when he was with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo's trainer, who also was caught for PEDs, but he's even training like he's on something. That's just my view. That's just the way I see him training. From the videos that I saw, he looked like he's on something. You could just, But at the end of the day, I still feel like that Shakur Stevenson is the much smarter fighter. He's the better fighter. He's more technically sound. Oscar Valdez is a very aggressive. He has to be aggressive style. And most, like a lot of Mexican fighters, are, a lot of them are aggressive. But, like three of my favorites, Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera, and who's the other guy? Juan Manuel Marquez. Three of my favorite fighters, period, of all time. They could box. Marco Antonio Barrera was slick. Like, he could really box. Those of y'all who know who I'm talking about. But Oscar Valdez has an aggressive style. And he's actually kind of big for junior lightweight. And yes, I felt like that when he fought Burchell, that he was on something. You could look at him and tell. It wasn't a time in the fight where he looked like he was even really breathing heavy. And Burchell was. Y'all can go back and look at the fight. Go back and look at it. Y'all see what I'm talking about. But, again, like I said, I feel like, and to touch up on another thing that, people saying about, saying that Shakur still, like he still got more to prove. It's a shame. He's 17-0 with 9 knockouts. And he put on dominant performances. Now, when he fought Jeremiah Nakathila, what was that? June, I think, last year in June, when he fought Jeremiah Nakathila, he received a lot of criticism for that fight. A lot of criticism. Even when he beat Joet Gonzalez at 126, he got criticized for that too. Oh, well, he still got to, he still got to prove stuff. Why is it that he still got to prove stuff? And Loma had he was the unified champion, gave up the belt, to Devin Haney, and still held on to the other ones, had the franchise belt, but every time he performed, like, he has nothing to prove. Even though he lost his second professional fight, still has nothing to prove. Like, he don't, he's currently 18-2 with 11 knockouts. But I told everybody when Shakur first turned pro, he was younger and he was fighting at 126. I said, y'all gonna see a whole different fighter when he fill out and come into his grown man. You know, when he come into his grown man strength, his grown man, y'all gonna see a completely different fighter. And that's what he's been displaying. And he know how to change gears and elevate his levels. What you see from Oscar Valdez is what you get. He can't adjust. He has to fight one way. One way. And that's the only chance that he got. He has to be aggressive, come forward. He's not a better boxer than Shakur Stevenson. Yes, he has 30 fights. Yes, he's undefeated. But he's not a better fighter than Shakur Stevenson. Because guess what? If this was Lomachenko getting ready to fight Oscar Valdez, nobody would be saying nothing. Nobody would. People treat Lomachenko like he already got 30 something fights. That's how they treat his reputation. But it just seemed like when it come to young black fighters, they always have something to prove. Always. No matter who they beat, it's always something, you know. And Shakur Stevenson, by his own admission, was like, yeah, you know, I feel like, you know, that I'm still getting better, but he feel like I'm that guy. I'm putting on dominant performances. I'm showing that I can do it all. I can box, I can bang, you know what I mean? I can do it all. Then when he pitched the shutout against Toka Khan Cleary, he still got criticized over that. But once again, if Lomachenko would have beat Toka Khan Cleary, they would have been talking about how great Lomachenko is. And again, please listen. These are references, and this is not like because I know a lot of people, you know, when I said he was a better boxer than Loma, a lot of people got mad. But you know, I don't care about that. I'm speaking facts, and this, I mean, you know, and this is like, listen, Lomachenko is a good fighter. He is. He's a really good fighter. I don't take nothing away from him. But don't give him so much credit to the point that, you know, that what Tank is doing and what Devin Haney is doing, Shakur Stevenson, no matter who they fight or what they do, they still got to prove stuff. But Loma beat the same people, and he's just displaying, you know, different sides of his greatness. It's not fair. So, like I said, I feel like that, you know, Shakur Stevenson, and when he fought Jamel Herring, he put on another boxing clinic. But when he beat Jamel Herring, people still said, yeah, well, you know, that was good. He still got to prove stuff. It's no different than when Loma fought Jose Pedraza and Tank fought Jose Pedraza. Loma beat him unanimous decision. He's great. Tank knocked Jose Pedraza out. He still got to prove that he can fight with the elite. I don't get it. I'm just saying, I don't get it. It's like the deck is always stacked against black fighters, young black fighters, or black fighters in general, and I don't understand why. You know, Oscar Valdez, I think this is going to be his expose. When he fights Shakur Stevenson, y'all going to see. And like I said, if he's not using any performance-enhancing drugs and things of that nature, and he stick to the script and play fair, he will get exposed. Shakur Stevenson will expose him. This will not be a repeat of when he fought Jeremiah Nakathila. Some say, a lot of people too, and I've been hearing a lot of people talk about, well, look at when he fought Jeremiah Nakathila. Look at what happened. What do you mean, look at what happened? He won the fight. He won the fight. All wins are not going to be pretty, but at the end of the day, the bottom line is that you get the win. And he got the win because he was able to adjust. Again, think about that. And when you put the two on the scale, Oscar Valdez cannot make the adjustments needed. I promise you, if Oscar Valdez is down on those scorecards on fight night, April 30th, watch the panic in his corner. You don't say, oh man, come on, you gotta go get him. You gotta knock him out. You gotta go get him. Never telling him how or what to do. And if he's behind in the fight, they're not going to tell him how to get back in the fight. They're not going to be able to take. He's going to say, "Yo, just got to go out and be aggressive." They're going to be things on, on those lines. But if a lot of y'all are being truthful with yourself, Shakur Stevenson is a well-rounded fighter. He's a better boxer. He's a better fighter. He's methodic. He's calculated. Oscar Valdez, I just don't like. In all the fights I've seen him in, I see the same thing. But in Shakur Stevenson, you see different things. You can see how he can make adjustments. See, people don't understand, and I talk about that a lot because people don't understand how important that is in fights, being able to make the necessary adjustments. That's why Broner lost to Maidana, because he couldn't adjust. Maidana came and attacked Floyd Mayweather the same way he went at Adrian Broner. Broner could not adjust. And as much as they was piping him up to be like the next Floyd and all that stuff, I told people even then, when he fought Paul Malignaggi, that was his expose. Because a lot of people felt like Paulie actually won that fight. Paulie was outlanding him. To me, Paulie was outlanding him. Just Paulie didn't have no power. Couldn't hurt him. To this day, he retired. Paul Malignaggi still only got 7 knockouts. And they were, Broner was the prospect, so they was building him up and all that. So, but realistically, look at that fight again. You're going to see. So it's about who can make those adjustments on the fly and when they're needed. And when they're needed. Shakur Stevenson is that guy. He can make those adjustments. There's no question about it. Oscar Valdez has what you call he's strong. Yes, he's strong. And he's going to need every bit of that power on fight night, because that's the chance that he got. Is to back Shakur Stevenson against the ropes and tee off. And that's what Oscar Valdez like to do. He like to try to load up and like to try to, tee off. Excuse me, but I just feel like from bell one, Shakur Stevenson going to take control of the fight. I'm not saying he's going to win every round, but I feel like he's going to walk Oscar Valdez down, So, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and share this video. But let me know what y'all think. Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Who do y'all have winning the fight? Do y'all think that Oscar Valdez can make necessary adjustments? If he's down on the scorecards, will he be able to adjust, or if he's down on the scorecards, he has that puncher's chance where he don't have no choice but just to go all out? So whereas though, when you look at a technically sound boxer, skilled, calculated, methodical, that's Shakur Stevenson. He can adjust. And I told everybody, watch when he come into his full grown man body in boxing. Then people really gonna see. I'm telling you. Everybody just think, Jamel Herring was a lesser opponent. That's why he looked that good. No, that's Shakur Stevenson. Y'all gonna see from now on. Watch what I tell y'all. Watch. But like I said, listen, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I rock with y'all just the same. Please, again, subscribe to the channel. Pass the word about Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing. Encourage others to subscribe to the channel. Most importantly, leave those comments and let me know what y'all think about Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Who wins? Why? And who loses? Y'all let me know. Whoever loses, why they gonna lose and how they gonna lose. But y'all got my decision. I got Shakur Stevenson becoming the unified WBO and WBC junior lightweight champion.